What's up, everybody? Three into possible. It is August 22nd. We are in the second week of the NFL's preseason. We've had another trade go down in the NBA. We're going to get into all of it. We had Draymond and KD sitting down together on Draymond's inaugural podcast. Way worse than three into possible, by the way, but whatever. A for effort, Draymond. But yeah, we're going to get into all of it. Should be a good show. I'm Will Starnes.
Devion Hicks.
Joe Davis.
All right, fellas, let's dive into it. So, first things first, the biggest piece of NBA news was the big trade that the Clippers made. Shipped out Rondo and Pat Bev for Eric Bledsoe. Pat Bev, then tweeted, grit and grind, and then about a day later was shipped out to Minnesota. So, no one seems to be wanting to hang on to Pat Bev right now, but it's all good. He's still going to talk his mess wherever he's at. So, but let's get into it from the Clippers' perspective. Obviously, that's the trade there. That's the team of interest. We still don't know if Kawhi is going to be able to come back this year. But what do you guys think? Good move, bad move for the Clippers to go get Bledsoe. Joe, kick it off for us.
It's indifferent. It don't make a difference either way, in my opinion. What I didn't like about the trade is they got rid of two vocal people and brought in Eric Bledsoe. We see him with the Clippers, and he's not a vocal guy. So now your three best players are three quiet dudes who ain't going to say, hey, man, get y'all shit together. We got to win this game. Instead, they just going to sit there and pout, and then at a press conference, they're going to blame everybody else. So I don't like it. I didn't like it at all leadership-wise, but it's about the same. The players.
I think a good piece of context to kind of go with what you're saying, Joe. This is back-to-back years where this has happened.
Yep.
We had Harold kind of challenge people, and
Harold got out of there. He was vocal. He said, "Gotta go,"
and gave him to the Lakers.
Yep. Well, it's just like they're big vocal people. They shipped out back-to-back years now, and there's been rumblings that it's because they challenged Kawhi or Paul George. So I don't know how true that aspect of it is, but it's starting to seem a little odd that you get these guys that are kind of vocal. Some would call them mean, some would call them passionate. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but they keep getting rid of them. So, yeah.
That's some weirdo stuff, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's some weirdo stuff. You got rid of Pat Beverly, who was a dog in the playoffs. This dude will sacrifice his whole body just so you can win, give you momentum. Mm-hmm. He's like the greatest momentum swinger ever, in my opinion, like in the last 5 years. And you got rid of this dude for inconsistent Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe has glimpses of being nice, and then just like, well, you cool for being a rec player.
Exactly. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
That's how. And then Rondo is just like, I can understand them getting rid of Rondo, because like Rondo just has that reputation where nobody really wants him. Like, I'm a fan of Rondo. You see what he helped us. So, the Clippers, but it don't shock me. The Clippers, they've been making bad moves since. Bro, the Clippers, what was it? That was a little story. I was just watching that this week. That Kobe Bryant, when he was like 17, tried out, had one of the best workouts they ever seen. And they said, I'm not going to draft you because you're 17. We're trying to do something different. But just like, they've been bad since 98. They suck. And they got it because they said they challenged Kawhi and Paul George. Somebody need to say something to that bum bitch. Like
facts.
Like he dinky, bro. And that used to be one of my favorite players too. And I used to watch him faithfully. And he, like, whatever, bro. I ain't gonna get into it, but he a little bitch too. So you got crybabies.
Since the Indiana days, man.
Yeah, it's over.
All right. So I hear what you guys are saying. I agree. It's about like the leadership aspect. I find it a little weird. But in terms of on the court, I actually like it. I think the issue last year and always with a Kawhi-led team is Kawhi going to be able to play?
That's a fact.
right?
Yeah.
You just never know if he's actually going to be able to show up. And then Paul George might always be in the lineup, but you'd never know if Paul George is actually going to show up in the big game.
Bingo.
So I think what their thinking was, if you're going to make those 2 your 2, like your 2, 1 and 1A, 1A, 1B, whatever you want to call it, go get another guy that at least on a given night can go get you 30. Do you count on Bledsoe to do that?
Hell
No. But we all know that he is talented enough to do that on a given night. So I think it just gave Rondo and Pat Bev. That's just not going to be them. They can help set other people up, but we've seen Ty Lue now pretty much every year of his career as a head coach. He likes to go ISO ball. He likes to isolate the stars and let them go get a bucket.
That's a fact.
So having a Rondo doesn't really fit with what Ty Lue does well. Having a Pat Bev gives you, like you said, Devion, he can be a game changer on defense, but offensively, you can't do anything with that. So now they've got a third guy that they can put the ball in his hands, but really at fourth, because Marcus Morris you can give the ball to as well. But it just gives you another guy, ball handler, that you can just say, here, go get a bucket, pick and roll, go get a bucket. So I get it. I get what I think they're trying to do. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah. So let's go there. Does this change your opinion? Do you think this helps the Clippers? We talked about last episode. In the next 3 years, get a title. Does this do anything for you?
Fuck no.
Not even the slightest.
They just got worse, in my opinion. It's even with everything that you're saying, you are absolutely right. But at least they had confidence in Pat Beverly. They know what he's gonna do. I don't think Bledsoe even knows what type of player he is. In my
Bledsoe
opinion,
has made all NBA defense. So he's they're not really giving up a lot defensively there. So
that's fair.
It's not, but it's not. They're not giving up the defense aspect. It's just what comes with Pat Beverly. Hey, he might smack you in your face. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely irritates the other team.
Yeah, and
more.
He gets in your head. But Bledsoe was I feel. You know what I feel like, man? This is probably a stretch, but it's like what they tried to do with Milwaukee when they brought him on, and I'm just
it didn't work.
That's a great comparison.
It won't work. It's just I think they're gonna end up trading him. Watch, when Kawhi comes back, maybe a year or two, see what he's gonna do if he stays on there. I think they're gonna end up shipping him out, and he'll be a good trade piece. Because that
might be Eric Bledsoe's NBA claim to fame, just greatest trade piece ever. That man has been traded so many times for big returns. It was oh man, he could really turn into this. There was at one point people called him Baby Bron. It's
boy,
chill
all the way down. Hell no, chill all the way down.
Hey, the Clippers just don't. They just it's the Clippers, bro. You couldn't do it with Kawhi, and you got championship pieces on there. You had everything you needed literally to win a championship and find a way to blow it. And then every year you just add on top of it. It's just dang, you keep reminding us why you the Clippers. My bad, the Flippers. They suck. Man, they pretty much need to blow that team up, in my opinion. Just make Paul George the number one option, get rid of Kawhi just to sell some tickets, blow the team up. Try to go back to what Paul George was maybe in Indiana. It's over. What can they really do besides Kawhi being Kawhi if he decides to stay?
All right, let's get into it. Fixing the Clippers. You say blow it up, Joe. What do you think? How do you fix the Clippers?
You can't blow it up because they have a new arena coming. So you gotta have the star talent there. That matters. Oh man, ain't nothing you can do. They stagnated.
They gonna sell tickets, bro. That's it.
Yeah, blow it up. You gonna be sucking for a minute. You got Paul George, so you gonna be 500 around there, but you're not making no playoffs with just Paul George.
But check this out though.
Even that's tough.
They gonna have issues selling tickets still because look at what the real LA team just did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They just got rushed.
They're gonna be a show every night.
Mr. Walker triple double.
Man.
Y'all got Eric Bledsoe.
Clippers. That's tough.
They got Bledsoe. They suck.
That's tough. You can't even put that on a billboard next to each other. Yeah.
He back to back Westbrook and Bledsoe like. Oh man, we gonna pray for him, bro. That's all. We'll say a little prayer for him. Maybe God in here and help him out.
Yeah, light a candle. That's all they got.
Man,
All right, here's gonna be my. I don't think this would actually win them a championship. I think it would give them their best shot. I'm gonna throw this one out at you guys. Let me see what you guys think. We've had Kawhi be the lead guy this whole experiment. Flip him. Let PG be the number one. Like Kawhi needs to have like a Dwayne Wade in Miami moment. Like, look, LeBron, go, take it. I think Kawhi needs to do that for Paul George. Like, because that's the only time we see big Paul George. Like, that's the only time we see the maximized Paul George. Kawhi could be a very good complementary player with the style of play that he has. So, flip him. I know he's better than Paul George, but let Paul George be the main guy on offense. Kawhi get his when he can.
Kawhi can close it out.
Sign him up.
Yeah.
You need a bucket, give it to Kawhi.
Will,
that's not a bad idea for real.
Sign him up, Will.
GM.
Will, you need a
GM Will.
You need a bro, because for real, bro, because Kawhi is he's one of them dudes like at this point in his career, bro, he's the number one option because he's just nice like that, but he really don't want to take that load. Paul George does.
Yeah, I mean, it might, like you're saying, it could help Kawhi stay healthier.
Yeah, most number ones, they know they're the number one, and they're going to go out there and act like they're the number one. Kawhi just go out there and work. Like, it's just work to him. This is what I do.
We've seen him have success in that role. Like, in San Antonio, like, he wasn't the guy.
No.
But he was towards the end, he was still probably the best player, but they didn't run everything through Kawhi. It didn't have to be that way for him.
True.
He's good enough to to be able to get hot when he needs to.
Just plays within the game.
Yeah.
And he got all the clout that came behind it too. So, it's I think that'll work. Paul George.
I think that's their best shot. Yeah. Like, I don't think they're touching the Lakers now that they added Westbrook.
This playoffs pretty much showed us like even with like Paul George, I think he played pretty good, but it's still like little moments where it's like it's just like I could see it, but he got to go back. He got to transition back into it. Like now, if they do it again this year, I think we really gonna see like Paul George become Paul George again, and then Kawhi comes in like, all right, I'm gonna let you do your thing. The media will probably leave him alone, which I think he hates the media. So they'll leave him alone. They'll start having PG be the face, but behind closed doors, Kawhi's like, I'm still that guy. That might. That's it, bro. That's the only thing they got. But not this year because the Lakers gonna win. But the year after, when Kawhi come back, it probably will work.
But they start that process this year because Kawhi's not coming back till February, maybe.
Yeah, it'll work next year.
We can start that process this year.
I don't even think he's gonna be there though.
So let's talk about some of these other NBA news. So we got this week. The NBA released the full schedule for the year. It's close. We're almost all the way through the offseason, which is awesome. October 19th. Opening tip for the NBA.
Can't wait.
The Nets will play the Bucks to start us all off at 7:30
Such
Eastern.
a great decision.
And then Warriors at Lakers.
Even better. I mean, that's gonna be cool because Clay's not gonna be back, but that's gonna be cool.
The Warriors are aiming for, I think they said Christmas for Clay to come back, which is fine. That's still plenty of the season. So I'm assuming you guys are excited to see your Lakers play. But what do you think about the NBA's decision this year on who opens it up, the games, everything? I thought it was A+.
They do a great job at their scheduling. Great job, especially opening day is great with a bang. Like Bucks, Nets, that was the smartest thing they could have did because that playoff series was probably one of the best playoff series until Kyrie got hurt. Now everybody's gonna be healthy. Like, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if these champs actually deserve that spot, or is Brooklyn gonna be that top team in the East?
Yeah, they're giving us a glimpse of who they want to.
They really, all right.
To be in.
They want Golden State to be the second team in the West too, right?
They're giving us like what they want to really happen. Thank God, bro. Like, because Milwaukee, I hope they win too, Mr. Giannis Brewer. Like, yes, sir.
See, Giannis, I was warming up to Giannis, and he had to go
Nah.
do some stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
Man,
pretty bad.
come on, man. Damn Brewers, those losers.
Hey,
Hey,
man, you can't have the Bruins this year, though, for real.
he is the king of Milwaukee for now and forever. Like,
Ever.
it's him. Hey, I like that though. It's gonna be fun. Go
I don't know,
State.
man. Milwaukee kind of claims Green Bay, so Aaron Rodgers got a little something to say there. Who I believe already owned a
Hey.
piece of the Bucks
They
when they
got
won
the
their
same amount of
championship.
championships.
Facts.
Hey.
We need to do an Aaron Rodgers segment at some point in the near future. I think that'd be some fun stuff for NFL time. But
Agreed.
okay, another bit of NBA news. Terry Rozier
Wait,
signed a
can we say one thing before we on the scheduling?
go for it.
Christmas Day. How you not gonna put the Nuggets in there? The MVP Jokic, like, come on, man. You could put him as an early game at least.
Yeah.
The
So
MVP.
Christmas was interesting, Joe, and I think it's strictly because they know that's
Time.
not going to. Well, it's because they have to compete with the NFL this year.
Oh yeah, because there's a Christmas Day game in the NFL too this year.
Yeah. So
Hey,
I
that's
think
right.
they try to just go with as much star power, and like
That's possible.
Jokic is good. Like he's better than a lot of these guys that are going to be there. But they went for the combo, I think, of market size and star power. And Jokic, as good as Jokic is, he just doesn't have the celebrity that these
Facts.
other players have.
Like-
you know, you got
Denver's not the greatest market
Can we
compared to some other people.
Can we go into that a little bit? Like talk about who because I feel you on that, but what is it, Utah and Dallas?
Yeah,
Right,
that's Utah. That's pretty booty too.
Yeah,
Nobody
like,
want to see the game.
I get like what Will I get what you're
but
saying.
Luka's got a lot of celebrity.
It's
though.
Luka versus Donovan
Donovan
Mitchell. It's Rudy Gobert versus Kristaps Porzingis. I get it.
But-
It's just not like it's
but-
gonna be bland. It's
Hey,
like a bland game.
I mean, it could have to me like Utah and Denver are very similar. I think
Mhm.
they were going to make sure Luka got his chance.
Luka got to play.
You know, there's a certain team from Florida that's not on there that probably should be there, but it's okay.
They don't got no star power either.
Stop it.
Who you think y'all should have replaced?
Seriously.
I mean,
it's not
we could have.
I know you got two things.
They could have just replaced the Jazz with us, Mavs and Heat. That's like a kind of
Yeah.
rivalry because we met twice in the finals.
Would have
so,
been a better.
That's
I guarantee would have been a lot more fun to watch.
yeah.
It
I
should
mean,
have
you
been
could-
Bucks Heat.
but you
That would
really-
have been nice. Bucks Heat would have been nice Christmas Day.
You could have done that, or you could have done Philly Heat because those two don't like each other.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler versus his old team, like
That would have been nice.
Cause
that probably would have been to me more appealing. But I'm biased, so that would have
Kyle
been a more
Lowry
appealing
knocked them
game.
off in the playoffs with Toronto. That best chance to make it to the
Mm.
final. That would be a good little. Yeah.
If Utah
That would've
gonna
been a
blow
good
them out. I think Utah really is gonna blow them out. It's not
Utah
even
is
gonna be.
not going to be like they were last year.
It's not. Yeah, it's not
We'll
gonna
see.
be.
Well,
Yeah,
Let's save that for another episode.
yeah,
when
that
we
was
go
like,
a little more team by team. All right, we good on the schedule, Joe?
Yeah, we could.
Got more to say? All right. So Terry Rozier, 4 years, $97 million extension with the Charlotte Hornets. I need some reactions, Joe. What do you think?
I wish I was a little bit taller. That's all I can say. Yeah, damn. Are you serious? This man, you don't have to be great at anything in the NBA. You just got to be good, and then you getting broke off. This is insane, madness. I mean, what was their other option? But he has a great agent.
They have a lot of guards.
They get so many guards, so many. Didn't they just draft a guard too?
bro, I gotta pull their roster up because I showed like so I don't mess
They
it
got
up.
Devion Graham,
Yeah.
obviously LaMelo just won
LaMelo.
Rookie of the Year. Terry Rozier. I mean, Hayward's a wing, but he's a ball handler.
Exactly.
you know?
They got way too many.
Hey,
Some of
bro,
the Kings. That's what I was thinking of the Kings. They got a lot of guards too.
but who's
Yeah,
writing
I
these
mean, it-
contracts for them?
Seriously, man, that's hella money.
Bro, I'm telling you, the way the salary cap's been exploding with all these new TV deals, new sponsorship deals.
If you're an agent, you get 3% of that.
Hey, I'll be.
Damn.
Hey,
Like,
let me be the first to say it. My bad, Will. You're right. Duncan Robinson, I apologize, bro.
He earned.
5-year 90 looking pretty good right now.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, it is.
I
Looking
will be
hella cheap.
all right with 100. Like he probably should have got 120. Like with the way this is going.
Yep, you're fine.
It's like my bad, bro. I apologize.
Hey, you
They
know
got
what's
him cheap, apparently.
you know what's crazy? Like Terry Rozier is a really interesting one because it's just like it feels like they're like not fully committing to like a direction for the future. Because like obviously LaMelo's got to be your future point guard,
Facts.
right? Like are you going to try and make like Terry like a shooting guard, like an Iverson type like guard, or are you going to make him like a 6-man? Like cuz like 23 it's about 24 million dollars a year on
Mhm.
average. So like that's not awful for a starter, but it's just like Terry Rozier should not. You don't want Terry Rozier averaging 20 points for your team. Like you're probably not a very good team if Terry has got to get you 20. Like if
Exactly.
that's where you're relying on to get your points.
Your point guard is 6'6", and your shooting guard is 6'1". Like,
And
This
then
ain't a program. This is the NBA. Like,
and
this
then
is
Graham's like 5'9".
yeah,
yeah,
bro.
and they got
Real talk.
Graham.
I was like, bro,
That
me
makes
and
sense.
him gotta be the same height. Like, gotta be.
Yeah.
He be balling. Don't get me wrong. He's balling, but
No, he's cold. Like
but
it's just how many little guards do you want on your team though?
and wasn't it like when he like when what was it when he was playing like when LaMelo didn't play he was balling, but when he did play it's like he went down to like 12
And
points,
mesh.
13 points. He can't get into his groove. It's like, but it's Charlotte though. You know they're happy that they got
They gotta do that to keep players there, and
Make it entertaining.
nobody.
so I mean they're fun. I liked
They
watching
fun to
them
watch.
play last year. I would have liked to see them probably go a different direction.
You know what I
Just
think they
doesn't
should
make
do? You know what I think they should do? Because Toronto did it. Why the hell not? They need to go ahead and make the baby the sponsor of the team. Like maybe that'll help. Like for real, maybe that'll help somebody want to come there. Because look at Drake he did all right for a little bit, being an ambassador.
Look at the Hawks. The Hawks have rappers at every freaking game. And it's hella
Everybody
entertaining
want to
every
play
time.
at Atlanta. You heard me? Just like Gucci be out there quiet,
I mean, yeah,
bro.
you saw them. Atlanta was
great
able to
point.
sign a lot of free agents, and I think a lot. I mean, obviously, you needed to
That
get
culture
the
down
one guy. You needed to get
Bingo.
Trey, like Trey Young. That's step
You're right.
one.
Facts.
Like you can have all the dopest environment at your games. That's not going to
But you
get
need to start.
You need to start, but you did that. You got LaMelo. It's not a bad idea. Dreamville, just get the whole Dreamville crew out there. J.
Yo.
Cole.
If they
like-
had some Dreamville jerseys on one night,
That'd
tell
be
me they
dope.
not selling out, I'll buy one.
You talking about that coat like following Dreamville?
Facts.
I think I know somebody that works for the Hornets. Maybe I'll throw this at them.
I'd even give J. Cole a 10-day contract. Come on, bro. Come on the bench.
Low-key,
Come
I
on, bro.
would.
We saw you in the Africa League. We saw you in the Africa League. We're gonna give you a shot. Come on.
Bro, like real talk.
We saw
what
them
do they
3
have to
points.
lose? Man,
Why not?
bro. At this
Play.
point,
Put him on the bench and put him in the last minute of the game.
facts. Like, because that boy's got a real cult following. Like, real life.
Man.
Like this boy don't even
J. Cole, like his fans, like
boy don't even do interviews platinum.
J. Cole?
Platinum.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro.
Platinum, no features.
Like the NBA's got to be smart, especially like MJ needs to like, bro, like be like smart, like with this.
But the
stuff.
problem is it's MJ. It's MJ, so nobody tell him no. Everybody's scared to tell him no.
MJ needs to remove himself from the decision making process. That's
But
what
he
needs
needs
to
to
happen.
just sit back and make money.
Yeah, he's great at that.
Yeah, bro, he's
All
not
he
like
Stick with it.
he can't play anymore. He need to realize, like, bro, like you can't save your team by
No.
playing, bro. Like,
Hey, you can't show up to practice, bro.
Because
Come
you
on.
notice he always goes for like the similar type players. He tries to go for those like Jordan mentality players, and like I think like Terry's got that. Like Terry's got a little
He
bit of that
does.
Jordan killer. Like
yeah.
he's just not as good. But like
He
we
ain't
saw with the Celtics. Like I mean, he won them a lot of games. Like he helped them make a big playoff run.
But look who it was for,
like
Boston. Like they
Yeah.
actually know how to win. You know,
Do
they haven't. But I'm saying like the history of Boston and stuff like that. It's a lot. Like I hate
It looked like they were in a good
Yeah.
spot when Terry was there, but then it just all went to
Putting
shit.
a lot of faith in Brad Stevens.
No, I don't. I hate Boston, but I gotta give them their props though. Like they actually,
That was
they'll,
20
you know what I'm
years
saying? I'll give them that. Like,
No, I mean that last year that Terry
Yeah.
was there, like they did a good job. They had like Brad Stevens did a good job coaching that year, like all of it.
But
Good
they were
job.
undersized.
But my point is, like, I think like Jordan just goes for like Kemba.
does.
That's why he drafted Kemba. He wanted because he had that in the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through, but it's like Jordan. They're not all going to turn into you
Yes.
or Kobe. Like they're not going to turn into that.
It's not
They
gonna
might
happen.
have that that mentality, but it might be like just like a guy shooting 42%, giving you
Yeah.
20 points a game and just a bunch of L's. But hey, he might hit a clutch game winner for one of your 35 wins.
Because you got people on there that people actually want to see
That's
play.
Nova.
Like now, you need to do some real marketing. Go get some rap. Like that's why. Why don't these people use rappers? Like rappers bring you
And they
attention.
like
Like
the NBA. They know
yeah,
all the NBA players. It would be so easy.
bro. Imagine the baby is an
Well, I think
ambassador.
the issue, though,
Come on.
is
It's a
these
global sport.
like and also the rappers aren't necessarily fans of their like local team.
True.
Like
They like the Lakers.
Like,
the
I mean,
Knicks.
you brought up the Drake example.
Yeah.
Drake was also sitting courtside in Miami for the Big Three.
That's a
He was then
fact.
sitting courtside
Yeah.
at like Golden State game. Like, I mean, he team hopped a little bit, you
Yeah,
know. Then
sure.
Toronto got good, and then Drake was front and center for Toronto.
Yeah, he friends with all them. Yeah, it makes because they all friends and stuff. But the baby loves Charlotte. That's what I'm saying. People from Charlotte love their hometown. Everything about it.
No, I throw that out there. Just like,
Why not? Like,
why not?
hey, what the hell is going? It ain't gonna hurt you because they not winning anyway. So
Right. Give him free tickets to every single game. Like here, this is the baby's front, like courtside seat right here.
And
like just make it a whole thing.
Here, bro, you get a free
He
Jordan
just get
flight.
canceled though. He just got canceled. Like,
That don't mean nothing. Give it a week.
He's a little hot right now. Yeah, you're right here.
It's cool, bro. He'll be back in September. He'll be back.
Hell yeah. Drop a song and be popular.
I mean,
after the Boosie dash,
he said some homophobic shit. He's like correctly being like
reprimanded.
Disciplined for reprimanded for it. It's nothing that means he needs to be canceled forever.
Yeah, bro, these rappers, bro, these fools talk about.
He didn't have to say nothing.
Man, you heard me? These rappers, bro, they talking about sliding on each other and killing. They call women bitches and all this other stuff. It's just like I feel like slap him on his hand after the Boosie bash that's about to happen. They go like, oh, this boy really is that guy, and they go bring him back like, hey, don't kill his
back.
Yeah,
he probably also won't say some dumb shit like that again. So like it hopefully works itself out. But all right, let's talk about KD and Draymond.
Yes, sir.
We got to get into this. All right, so they obviously discussed multiple things, but we're going to talk about the one eye-opening thing that I thought was. I'll save my thoughts. So they're going back and forth about the split that happened, and they both Draymond. So Draymond initially blamed Steve Kerr and Bob Myers, the GM, for the reason that KD ultimately left Golden State. We all saw we know the infamous incident when KD was asking for the ball at the end, and Draymond doesn't give it to him and turns the ball over like a dumbass. Then they got into it on the sideline. Draymond calls KD a bitch. KD didn't like that.
You've always been one. You got to throw that in there.
And you've always been a bitch. Yeah, Draymond talking crazy. So then, as they get into the story, Draymond is then forced by Steve Kerr and Bob Myers to apologize to Kevin Durant. They say he's going to get a 1-game suspension, and he has to do it. And then Draymond, the night of, was like, "I'm not doing it.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not going to apologize." And then they said, "Okay, we're going to talk about this again tomorrow." They bring back the next morning, and it goes on like that. They are forcing Draymond to apologize to Kevin Durant, and Draymond claims that he is telling them in the moment, the only people that can fix this is K, being KD, and me. And it goes on from there. And then Kevin Durant co-signs this. Kevin Durant says, "Yeah, it was Steve Kerr and Bob Myers' fault." Yada 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 yada. So I want to know what you guys thought about that. Are you buying what Draymond and Kevin Durant are trying to sell now? And just your thoughts on that whole situation in general, Joe.
You want to rock? I saw you want to rock paper scissors first. See who go.
You can go first.
All
right, Devion, go ahead.
That was the weakest shit I ever heard in my life. That's so crazy. Talking about we should have. Well, y'all should have fought then. How about that? You should have went in there and ran the fade and came back and told Steve Kerr, "You want the smoke too? All right, don't let us handle it the way we handle it." like so you said you left because they made you apologize. You sound like a bitch.
Right. Okay, but
Like,
let's
He
clarify
didn't say
that.
but I
Kevin
get it.
Durant,
I get what he's saying by that. But I'm saying like I'm
yeah, like Kevin Durant
understanding.
saying like the way that situation was handled, they wanted it to be like where they brought up the '90s Bulls and when the
Right.
year that Jordan sat out and Pippen refused to go in the game because he didn't get the play called for him, and they said the whole team just like reprimanded Scotty in the locker room. They said it needed to be something like that. So like kind of what you're saying, Devion, like they should have just ran the fade,
Yeah.
get into
And
it.
move on.
But don't suspend him because he's been Draymond. Like he's been him, bro,
Exactly.
and you gonna suspend him. Like I would have said the same thing to KD. He was acting like a bitch when he was playing. Like he needed to hear that.
Facts.
And
Facts.
didn't it help?
I mean,
Nope.
I mean,
I
well,
mean, a little
who
bit. A little
knows?
bit,
They
actually.
made it to the finals. They
Good.
stay healthy. I think we all think that they beat Toronto, but
Yeah, I'm saying like
anyway.
without the health issues, like
It would have been over.
But I don't know that was like that made
Yeah.
them better. Like they were just so much more talented than
Yeah,
everybody.
like that's
So
he's Slim Reaper, right? That's the Slim Reaper. Like let him bump his guns. Draymond go do what he does. If they want to run the fade. But like, yeah, but that's Draymond. Them they should that's why I respect Draymond because like he's stand on business with that. Like to tell them don't let me like y'all own it and y'all the coach, but like bro, like shut the hell up talking to me. Don't tell me how how grown men are supposed to react to each other. Like how we supposed to handle our emotions and stuff like this. We had the heated game, and you got two of the most sensitive basketball players today, and you go suspend one. That's like bruising one ego, and all that's some whole shit, bro. I don't care, like
Exactly what it is. Exactly. Come on, man. They not third graders going to the principal's office.
come
Like, what you
on.
mean? You apologize. As soon as they would have said you have to apologize, I was like, I ain't apologizing to that. What? Apologize? Like, hey, first of all, if it was between KD and Draymond, they the only ones who gonna fix it. Why the hell y'all still talking about it? Y'all ain't hashed it out yet. Why is it still a topic?
They're sensitive.
clearly they hashed it out because they sat down together.
Still, y'all still talking about it.
They just know that. I think Draymond just knows that it's must see TV.
Oh yeah, it was a great idea to make that his first podcast for sure. But then also, this happened in the game. Game is over. Y'all walk to the locker room. Coaches ain't in there. Only person in there probably some trainers maybe, and then the players. Ain't nobody say nothing. So everybody just saw one player called another player a bitch, and everybody just sitting there chilling. Steph and Clay just sitting there like, hey man, fuck it, hey, ain't got nothing to do with me. Like seriously, ain't nobody getting involved in that situation. Nobody say nothing.
You shouldn't.
He didn't call me a bitch.
But KD or Draymond should have said something.
Oh yeah, one of those two. I'm saying Steph and Clay.
National TV. You ain't gonna call me no bitch on national TV, and then we gonna go back into a locker room where we close.
On my mama,
don't say nothing.
On my mama, bro.
We saying something.
He would have called me
saying something.
A bitch on national TV. We would have called another time out, and I'm like, bro, you about to run this fade right now, like real. Like
exactly.
You know how I am. I would be like, bro.
He said it on TV, courtside, in front of everybody.
Oh, one game. Yeah, one game. Go suspend me for the whole week because I'm about to break this dude's jaw. Like
and teammates. Nothing wrong with having a fight. They would have fight. It would have been cool. It would have been over with.
Don't football players do that all the time?
Constantly.
Don't they fight? It seems like it works.
Constantly.
It seems like it works.
Constantly.
All right. I don't necessarily disagree with what you guys are saying in terms of like those two just need to just go at each other and just air it all out right there. But this is complete bullshit. There's no fucking way that Kevin Durant left because the GM and the coach told Draymond to apologize to him. There's no fucking way that is what drove KD up. KD was leaving. Let's not beat around the bush. Kevin Durant left because he was never going to get the credit that he wanted for winning those championships. That's why he left.
It's Steph's team.
That's why he left. He didn't leave because he was leaving before this season even started. Now, addressing that situation, Steve Kerr and Bob Myers are wild to me for trying to make somebody apologize to someone else. Like, you can suggest, like, hey, Draymond, like, you should probably apologize for that. You were kind of out of pocket. Like, that's fine. But make him apologize? No. I mean, if you want to suspend him, like just
Nah.
like you setting a precedent, like look, we're not going to call our own teammates bitches and whatnot. Like that's an automatic suspension, whatever. Like I don't really care.
Just suspended both
But
of them and told them go on vacation and talk it out. Go hash it
no,
out.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Well, no, Kevin Durant did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like Draymond should have given him the ball.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he's right. But I'm just saying, like, you gonna suspend one, do a dumb suspension. Hey, both of y'all go to lunch. Like, on us. Here. Y'all take the day off. Don't even get suspended. We'll say you rest. Go take, you know what I'm saying? Go talk. Like, and Will, I don't know, bro. That's KD, bro. That could have been a reason for him to leave. It's KD, bro.
Bro, he was gone.
Yeah, he was gonna leave regardless, but
it might have helped him leave because Draymond called him a bitch. I'm saying the way that Steve Kerr and Bob Myers handled it had nothing to do with it.
It gave him a great excuse. Like, gave him a great excuse.
First of all, KD should have said something back because Draymond was the one who called him after he lost in the finals, talking about, hey, man, KD, man, we need you. We need you to win a championship. He was the one calling, begging to KD. So how he going to be a bitch now? Like, nah, dog, you need me because you called me. So KD should have just been on that shit from the front.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I'm like, you're a bitch too.
Right, yeah, exactly. Move on.
You know what I mean?
You kicked a grown man in the groin region on national television in the finals. You're a bitch.
Right.
Like that's a bitch move. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, these like bro, I just
because I'm actually gonna fight.
It's just a
circus. They knew one of them actually gonna fight. They just barking.
This is a circus show. Like KD's just like wherever he goes, it's drama.
Like I can't tell if he's trolling or not either. I can't tell if he's serious or if he's trolling. Like dude, just sensitive,
bro. Like for real, I don't know what. Like he's like I don't know. He might be being for real. Like it's
I think he's being for real.
Yeah.
I think he's just at this point where he's unapologetically Kevin Durant.
He'll clap back on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, I think they even brought up the burners on that episode, and Draymond was like, "Yeah, I like that you have burners." I'm like, what?
Weak ass burners,
bro.
Weak shit,
now, yeah, go. Let's talk about that one. Now that's what I want to talk about. Like, so you said, well, all the other Damian. First of all, they started dry snitching for one. Dame Lillard has the same thing. He says the same. Like, bitch, ain't nobody talking about Dame Lillard. We talking about you. And them weak things, like, why you have to have a burner account? Why don't you just set on your main account and leave it like that? Like, that's somebody who feels like, that's why it don't shock me. It seems like somebody who's ducking a fade. Like, bro, you from Maryland, bro. Like, you from the, like, bro, I don't know. Maryland's not a safe place, bro. Maryland's dangerous. So I'm like, bro, you should be used to running the fade, bro. Your mama a gangster. So, like, your brother,
Mama Durant don't play.
Bro, big bro, it's with the shits. So I know it ain't like, bro, like, Slim Reaper, bro. Like, bro, what about you is a Slim Reaper, bro? Like, I can't separate the basketball from the person, like, when they do stuff like that. It's not in me to do that. Like, he's a bitch.
I was waiting for you to say
like,
it.
Bro, like, I'm trying not to, bro.
Everything but saying it.
I'm trying to come up with other words besides that, but you know.
See, people like you is why he left. People like you is why he left.
He should. He's a loser.
That's exactly why he left.
And guess what? And he's about to do exactly what I said he's gonna do. He's never gonna win another championship, so it doesn't matter.
He could be right, man.
No can. And look, you can stamp this, you can record it, and if I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. But only time he gonna win another championship, he gonna be like how Melo is.
Damn. Coattails?
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
He ain't showed me nothing besides that. So LeBron had to go prove it. Kobe had to go prove it. Shaq won another ring outside of Kobe. D-Wade won another ring outside of Shaq. Well, he won his first ring on his own. Like, he the GOAT. Like, D-Wade, I ain't gonna hold him. But
no, will not have any Dwayne Wade slander.
KD and Kyrie are in the same boat. And now you just threw James Harden in there.
Right.
It's, bro, I ain't impressed.
Right.
Talking about he the GOAT. Him, like LeBron didn't get no votes. Talking about he didn't, not the...
That's ridiculous. Man, bro. I can't believe LeBron didn't get not one vote. These fools crazy. These executives are crazy, man.
I'm not even a
like
LeBron
not one
fan. I'm mad about that.
Not one vote,
All right,
bro. You tell me bro.
guys. He's not. He's not that guy anymore.
Yes, he is. He
He's
ain't
not.
that dude.
He's not that
He still
guy
deserves a
anymore.
vote. He's
But
still.
it's not like the executives get together like, all right, who are you voting for? Who are you voting for?
Yeah.
Like it's not like that. Like they all make their decision. The best player in the planet right now is either Kevin Durant or Giannis Antetokounmpo or Giannis
or LeBron.
It's Giannis. It ain't no N or it's Giannis. Like I don't like get that man his credit. Like
this something in the finals. Yeah, Giannis.
It's Giannis. Like
Giannis it's got to be Giannis. I'd take Giannis over KD right now too, probably.
Yeah,
I would.
I would. Like
I'm saying, but like it's between those two. Like LeBron, the reign is over.
No, it's not. Watch your mouth.
I'm saying as the best player in the league, it's over.
Out of here.
He's still a top 5 player in the league, but he's not. He's not
the
top dog anymore.
They was the number 1 seed until he got hurt because some jackass wanted to dive at a ball in game 32 of the season.
Second seed.
Whatever, same shit. They was close.
We were close. I feel you, bro. Like I feel you, Will. I'm not saying he's the best player anymore. I think the ship has sailed. I think it's been sailed. I think last year it sailed, but people were kind of holding on to it. But like he didn't get one vote. Like just
not one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying like one.
No respect. Like like one person said, man, LeBron's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, he's 50 years old, but he's still averaging 27-77. Like that boy's good. Like not one Will. Like one Will. Come on. You a LeBron fan, bro? Like Will, not one. Not one.
I do like LeBron.
Not one.
I'm not surprised that not one GM.
I'm not surprised either, but I'm just like,
no, it's ridiculous.
Will,
it's not disrespectful. If all three of us literally just said it's Giannis, why would NBA GMs not say the same thing?
Yeah, but see, look, here's my problem. Like, I get you on that, but LeBron didn't get one, and then they do it again. They did it again. Like, you want KD to be the number 1 player so badly, bro. Like, he's not producing to be the number 1 player. Giannis did. Like, just let him be king honcho, and then KD, you can ride the coattail again. You used to it, bro. Like, you used to be a number 2. Like, go to number 2, bro. I'm being real, bro. Like, now if KD would have won this championship this year, bro, like there wouldn't even been no top. It would have been a landslide. Him and everybody else would have been down here. Would have been a landslide. They would have gave him his respect. But Giannis, like, this boy scored 50, and this boy wasn't even shooting jump shots. Like, this boy cold.
Nice.
He wasn't shooting jumpers and scoring. He give you the same production, and KD can do everything on the court, and Giannis still give you the same numbers, and he got to win. I think he a little better.
It's a good argument.
You know?
I mean, yeah. I'm Team Giannis is best in the league.
Everything they said about Giannis, he can't shoot, he'll never win, he'll never do this. He did all that. It was like, all right, I'm going to eat that up, and I'm going to give you 50. Oh, the Nets, y'all said the Nets go beat us.
Free throws.
Yeah, the Nets go beat us, I'm going to give him 42. That's cool. Like, come on, bro. Like, literally, give Yanni, man.
Yeah,
give him his respect. Give him his respect.
Yeah,
like, he does. He deserves his respect.
And that's why they make me hate the Nets, like the NBA execs
trying to put him number 1 all the way from the jump.
To crown him.
They've been trying to crown KD for the last 10 years, and it ain't go work. It's not.
I don't know about 10 years,
bro. It feel like you right. Yeah, it's an exaggeration, but it feel like
10 years ago was Miami forming their big 3.
Man,
that was peak LeBron.
And all this,
but I agree. But what's crazy about this is, I mean, we'll do this next episode because we need to teach Devion about some football.
Yes, sir.
But there's Nick Wright, I think, made the point. He's like, he made an argument that Kobe Bryant was never the best player in the NBA.
I hate him
so
much.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I hate him.
But I'm going to apply that to Kevin Durant.
Again?
It was like, I don't remember exactly who he mentioned. It was like Shaq, and I think maybe a couple years of Duncan, and then LeBron. But like, there's an argument to be made that like Kevin Durant for Kevin Durant. Like, if Giannis has taken it from LeBron, KD would have never been best
but he's
player in
in
the
that
world.
mix. He's never be best player in the league when he was there. You're right.
Like I'm saying, like
Damn,
it's crazy to.
the best player in the world.
I'm not saying I completely because
That's a
I'm
good
still not
argument.
sold that like like last year, 2 years ago,
Yeah,
Kevin Durant
Durant's got
might
to
not
prove
have
it.
been the best.
Bro,
Like
I agree. If he
know.
didn't get hurt,
So I think there's like, but I'm just saying it's going to be an interesting argument when we go back in the future and like people look back. I was like, okay, do I really give Kevin Durant that much credit for like those Warriors runs, or is that still LeBron? And like, when does LeBron drop off, and who picked it up from there? Because if it's not Kevin Durant, then he might have been like he might have been a top 10 player in the NBA that was never the best player in the league.
I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this. If LeBron wasn't the number one player in the league at that time, it ain't KD. It would have been Steph Curry. And it would just being real, because I don't like saying that, bro. But it's just like I hate that hurt me to say that, Will. But it's just
he ain't lying. The impact he had.
But look at what are we going off of? Like, who's the best player? Like impact, like accolades.
Chips.
Like what are we going off of?
Shit, who's the best? You can use whatever mix you want to formulate your argument. Who's the best?
Steph. You can argue with Steph. I hate to say
You can
that.
argue it, but there's no way in hell because Kevin Durant was the best player in that team every single year.
True.
So, like,
True. He was.
But, all right,
Devion. He was.
Devion,
what do you want to learn about in the NFL today?
Man.
That's what we'll call this segment now. What does Devion want to learn about in the NFL today?
Let me say this, and I'll answer your question.
All
He's
right.
still a bitch. So now that I've gotten that out my
That's awesome. He's still a bitch.
He's a bitch. And Draymond, you still my guy, but you a bitch for even co-signing that. But it was good marketing. I'll give him that.
No, that was Draymond's theory. KD co-signed it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
Bitches. Dumb whores. So look, I'm so mad about that, bro. I'm trying to I want to throw my headphones. Like, that conversation pissed me off. Dumb bitches. Like, all right, man. All right. So look, the question, $1 million question and stuff like this. So what do I want to learn about football? Shit, everything. I don't know nothing. I know running. I know positions. I know a running back. I know a quarterback. That's it. Not just learn about, like, what's that, division? Like, what was that, with the running backs? You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you hit the hole and stuff, like, he got vision. Yeah. Shit.
I see the hole hit.
Yeah, shit. I thought they was like, it's instincts. I was like, shit, I don't believe that. I was like, you can be taught that. And they got on my line about that. So I was like, clearly I need to learn everything. So where would you think a beginning football player should even start? Like, do I need to go watch the Ravens? Do I need to go watch the Dolphins? I need to go watch the Cowboys? Like, what do I need to...
You need to watch it all, Devion. You need to watch it all.
Watch it.
I think a good starting point, let's just get an understanding of the landscape of the NFL.
There we go.
So you know when you're looking at good teams versus when you're looking at bad teams.
There we go.
That was a good transition. That was good. That was professional. That was real professional.
So let's go like top 3 toughest divisions. So that way Devion knows, like, all right, I'm gonna look at these teams. These guys are playing some real football.
He finally figured out.
He's figuring out that I gave him the questions I asked earlier.
I know that, but I'm saying I'm about to write some notes down on this. I know what this is, but I want to write some notes because bro, I'm for real, bro. Y'all always be talking about football, bro. I don't know what the hell you fools be talking about, bro. Like, I know people might think I really don't know nothing about football.
That's crazy.
It is on the same level as hockey to me. Like, I know.
Oh, wow.
I know more about golf and tennis than I do about football.
That's wild.
Bro, it's cool, bro. We grown, bro. We can admit our faults, right? It's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. Yeah, man.
We'll get you together.
Yeah, but
all right, Joe.
You want me to pick my top 3?
Yeah,
top 3 toughest divisions.
I'm going with the NFC West. I think they're stacked. I don't think they're top heavy. I think they're pretty good all the way through. The worst team may be the Cardinals, and they may go 9-8. So I think it's going to be a stacked season. I don't think anybody's going below 500 in the NFC West. They got the quarterbacks, they got the defense. Pretty much have everything you need in a division in football. 2, I'm taking the AFC North. I think they're a little top heavy, but they got the quarterbacks. They got Ben Roethlisberger. I still think he has one more year in him. You got Lamar Jackson. He's going to be his thing. Joe Burrows, I think he's going to make a huge step. But the Bengals, they're going to be the worst team in the division because they just got a lot of work to do. But I like the addition of Jamar Chase. I like Joe Mixon a lot if he's coming back healthy.
Chase looked pretty bad so far.
I know, but man, it takes receivers a little bit. You know, it takes them some a little bit. And then the Browns is the big key. This is why I made them number 2. I think the Browns got way too much hype. I know they got all the talent around them. It's just the quarterback situation for me. I don't know if you have to go win a game with a quarterback. I just don't trust Baker Mayfield to make it happen. And then 3rd, this one's going to surprise you. I'm taking the NFC East. And I'm taking it because I don't have faith.
Because you had to find some goddamn excuse to talk about your fucking Cowboys. That's why.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to win the division. I think the Washington football team is going to win the division. But I think the teams are so up and down and inconsistent. The Eagles aren't going to be good. They got Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to make a step, but that's all they got.
Wait a minute.
The Cowboys, Dak Prescott may not play week 1 because of his injuries. You got the New York.
A real good case that they should not be the 3rd toughest division.
It's the 3rd toughest division because they all shitty and they.
No. All right. Let's clarify.
Gonna make the
toughest in terms of just best team.
That's tough.
Not this bullshit where the worst division is actually the 3rd toughest. That's bullshit.
Hey, bro, look.
That's what
you see what he did. I know that much about football with Cowboy fans. They gonna find a way to get them in the conversation. That's what I said. And the whole division gonna be weak, but they gonna be tough. Cowboys, y'all worse than Bulls fans.
Yes, sir.
Y'all worse than the Bulls, bro. Like Bulls fans. And
that's what I'm sticking with it.
A damn shame. All right, you were right with your number 1. The toughest division is going to be the NFC West. Like that's going to be a lot of good teams. The Cardinals probably are the worst team in that division, and that's a really good football team.
Yeah.
Or the 49ers who went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. That's just insane. So I'm struggling on number 2. I think I'm going to go AFC West is number 2. The Chiefs are obviously a monster. Then you got the Chargers, who were decimated last year with injuries.
Herbert's going to be better.
On defense. I think Herbert actually might regress, but the team is going to be a lot better, like more complete. So they're going to be a tougher team to play. Denver, I think, is going to be very talented. As long as Drew Lock is just not terrible, that defense is going to be really good. And they've got playmakers at the receiver position. Sutton should come back. You know, that's an interesting, fun team. And they got like a bunch of teams that can play some defense. Like Chargers play defense, Broncos can play some defense, and then the Raiders, for whatever reason, seem to be the only team that can figure out the Chiefs. But
they can't play defense. It's weird. They only play defense against the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Raiders will probably be like around a 500 team, but like that being your worst team, that makes you a pretty tough division, in my opinion. And then I'm going to take your AFC North. I'm going to bump them down to 3 just because I think the Bengals are going to be so bad. Like I think the Bengals being as bad as they're going to be just makes it not as tough because of collectively. But I think the Ravens and Browns are going to be really good. I think the Steelers are a 500-ish team, but they're going to be tough. They play defense. Like they're going to be a tough out every week. So
I think every other division is going to be whack. It's going to be a top-heavy year.
Yeah, I was trying to do what Joe did and make an excuse to talk about the Dolphins.
I was just
the Jets are going to be terrible.
Yeah,
I'm taking my notes.
I don't think
I don't think that being some fans. I know that I caught that part already. So I was just taking my notes.
That's what it is.
This is how I sound. Like when I be talking about my teams.
I think I sound brilliant. So no.
He didn't even bring up the Dolphins this time, though, for real.
He go slide it
Yeah,
in
I left
there.
him out.
He goes.
I
Yeah,
left him out. I left him out. It's okay.
We ain't done
Their
they're
yet.
division's not that tough. It's the
they're
Dolphins and
good.
it's the Dolphins and the Bills. That's it. The division's not that fantastic.
Just wait.
You don't have
Okay.
to do Cam Newton like that, bro.
I love Cam Newton, but the Patriots didn't.
Man, they not good.
Who's their best receiver? A
They're
former
not good.
quarterback
They're not
again.
good. Yeah, they're not good.
So
Hey,
That defense gonna be good though.
so look,
all right,
I do
Devion,
got a
what you want
question
next?
though. Look, I got a question though for
What's up?
sure. Look,
Oh, my fault.
no, I got a question. So you asked me, what was it? What I like to learn. So I thought about it because about what we were talking about earlier. So I probably should start with like positions, right?
Go ahead.
There we go. So I probably should start with the most important person on the field, the quarterback.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Correct.
So let me give me some rookies I should look for. So I should start my fandom. Like who will be like the best rookies
All
to
right.
look at and
All right.
stuff. Let me see who. So I can.
Good question.
I got you, man. Bavens though, I'm still gonna be a Bavens fan because I made a commitment a couple years ago. Ravens, for you losers that don't know, I made a commitment and I gotta stand on my word. So, but
Nah,
besides
but the
that,
Ravens.
It's a good choice to be on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too,
it's a
man.
good team to start with.
shout out to my boy Marco because he definitely he
He
coming
do be
he
riding on them
coming on,
hard.
bro. We getting him on here next week to talk about the Ravens. I just want to hear him rant. That's it. I just want to hear him complain. And
I'm not sure I'm ready for that headache, but
Man,
yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We can get Marco on here.
the world ain't
rookie
ready.
quarterbacks.
All right, who's gonna be? Let's just go. Let's rank them, Joe. Let's rank. I think for simplicity's sake, let's just rank the first round picks. So
Cool.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and who am I'm missing?
You said Justin Fields?
Justin Fields.
All
Yes.
right.
Woo. I'm gonna put Justin Fields at number one. I think he has the best talented team around him, so I think it's gonna be easy for him. I don't think he's gonna start right away. He may not start till game 4 or 5, but I think he's gonna have the easiest process getting into.
I don't
the
know,
league.
man. Andy Dalton keep looking this bad. He might
Andy
start week
Dalton does
1.
look bad, but I mean, why that offensive line's so bad too? So I don't want Justin Fields out there running for his life all season. But I think he's gonna be the best. And then I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put Trey Lance. I'm gonna put Trey Lance at 2. I think he has another solid team around him, and his first throw in the preseason proved that he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo because he was able to complete a pass down the field. And that's the one thing Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't proven to be able to do. I know it wasn't the exact same play, it wasn't the same route, but it looked similar
Close.
to them in the Super Bowl. And if Jimmy Garoppolo made that pass, they win the Super Bowl. So that's why I think Trey Lance is going to get in there early. I think he's going to play well. Then I'm going to take Zach Wilson. He don't have a lot of talent around him, but I think he's a little mobile. And I think he's going to be able to survive a little bit. It's going to be rough because the Jets suck. It's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm taking Trevor Lawrence. I think he had a lot of hype coming in, and Urban Meyer being the first-time coach, I think it's going to be a disaster down there. I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but it's not going to look good this year. I think it's going to be it's just a lot. Thank God they got Tebow out of there because then that would have just been some pressure he didn't need to deal with. And then I guess who's my 5th? Who's still out there?
Mac Daddy.
Oh, yeah, Mac Jones. I don't think he's going to get that much playing time this year, if at all, unless Cam Newton is just god awful.
Yeah, I think the Patriots might just like run Cam to the ground, and when Cam breaks, they'll just throw Cam or Mac Jones in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. Your list is flawed, but that's. I think. I think one is Trey Lance for their rookie season. I think, like you were saying, Joe, he's got the best situation.
Really does.
Like Kyle Shanahan is a great play caller. They're going to run the ball a lot. It's going to be easy for him. And so I think he will take that next step. Number 2, and God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Zach Wilson, I think, will be the second best rookie campaign. It does. I've really liked how the Jets have built their team. Like they've started the rebuild. I like how they've redone their rebuild. I don't like it, but I think it's smart. They're going to run the ball a lot, similar to San Francisco. That's where head coach Robert Saleh is coming from. So I think they're going to play that same type of style, and I think it's going to make for a good rookie season for Zach Wilson. 3, I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence. I think he's the best of all the quarterbacks, but situation's not.
Great.
I'm not sure about. Like it could be like I don't like
Just so
their
many
offensive
question
line
marks.
was really bad last year. Jerome Robinson was their entire offense. So I like, they added ETN. They still have Jerome Robinson, Chark. They added Marvin Jones. Like they've got some receivers. Like they but if he's not going to get blocked for, and if Urban Meyer is just like the colossal dick that he comes off to me as, like I just don't know if it's going to work in an NFL locker room. I just don't know if he's going to mesh with NFL players. But I think Trevor Lawrence's talent is like just too high up there to not put him 3rd. So 4th, I'll go Justin Fields. I think I like him. I think he actually might be the 2nd best quarterback of the group, but I hate the situation. I don't like Matt Nagy as a play caller.
Oh, I like Matt Nagy.
Why? I mean, look, Trubisky just came in there.
He made it work with Trubisky.
Trubisky. I'm saying Trubisky just came in from the Bills against the Bears starters and threw for like 240.
Yeah, he did go. He went nuts.
The guy that Nagy couldn't use. I mean, Trubisky's not great, but I'm just saying he leaves some room to be desired as a play caller. Offensive line still bad. They have one receiver, Allen Robinson.
That's it.
I keep getting Mooney hyped to me. I don't know if I buy it, but so I'll go Justin Fields 4, and then Mac Jones 5. I think he'll be fine. It's not going to be impressive. It's going to be a lot of like if he does get in, it's going to be a lot of like 25 of 33 for 205 yards.
It's funny because
it's just not going to be impressive.
We're disrespecting him because he's a pro style quarterback. That's pretty funny.
It's not that. It's just the Patriot. Like who's he gonna get chunk plays to?
Nobody.
Like
Sony Michel.
Is Sony Michel even gonna make the team? Like Belichick seems to hate him now. Man. So Mac Jones. He doesn't have like a big arm anyways, so it's just like he's got to do a lot of anticipation, and it's like you don't have the receivers to really accomplish that with. So that would be my 5. Devin, you got any other questions, or are we good to call this a wrap for this show?
Sure, we can wrap it up. I'm gonna have another question for you next week. I'm gonna actually like sit down and think about like some football questions because I really need to. Because I'm like, dang, well, I feel like I'm just out here writing notes. Then like,
we're gonna have to pick our game of the week and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Y'all do
the week?
Didn't Madden come out? Like y'all said, Madden came out or something. We should do like a little Twitch thing and talk shit, like watching football.
I'll beat Joe's ass on Twitch.
Yeah.
You not ever beat me in Madden, son. Never.
I'll beat Joe's ass in Madden on Twitch.
When's the last time you beat me in Madden?
Probably the last time we played.
Never.
Boy, you say
don't lose in Madden.
You say you 51-0.
Yes, sir. It don't matter who I pick either. I pick the bonus team. I'm gonna win.
Stop it.
Don't matter. Stop. I pick the Texans, and I won't even start Deshaun Watson.
Hey, that sounds like a good way to wrap it up. Shit talking at its finest. This is what Draymond and KD said. I'm sorry, bro. I had to do that. My bad. I had to.
All right, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Doing the possible. Signing out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, fellas.
Right. Yeah.